Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another day in paradise. Whew, crazy. Fluff, I'm fluffing the hair. I'm fluffing the hair. Okay. Just got through the moon readings. And if you are still wanting a moon reading, definitely let me know. Um, Pretty exciting about this energy. I'm excited about it. I love Gemini energy. I feel invigorated. That's the word. Can't do YouTube. I'm at the store. Phone easier. You can't do YouTube on your phone? Just curious. Just saying. Just asking. Um, Feeling very invigorated. The sun being in Gemini, and I think it's quite interesting how, as the sun went into Gemini, of course, there was the crash. A lot about the Pope. I mean, the Pope came out a week ago, I believe. Um, and he made the announcement. And now there was a first time ever a sit down interview with the Pope. The full interview is out. It's out on 60 Minutes. So he sat down and did a full interview, which is quite interesting. I mean, that's not something the Pope actually does. So I haven't looked at it as of yet. I might take a peek at it. I don't know if I'll sit there and listen to the whole thing, but just interesting to hear what he has to say or what with everything that's going on. And it's interesting because it's just Pope Pius. I think it was Pope Pius. Um, Records from him from World War II and his meetings that he had with not only Hitler, but also it's meetings with Mussolini that he had during World War II and the information that he received from them. And he later gave the information over to the United States, to the American government. And that's where Project Paperclip came from. That was something I learned the other day. And I find it interesting. It's just how we perceive or what we think we see. This is what we see. And people get on the bandwagon. Always has been. People get on the bandwagon with shit. And they believe it's like, this is what we see. This has to be the truth. This is what we're told. This has to be the truth. And not understanding that there's layers to things and layers to things that we either are not privy to and on this level or um are still being looked at. Like there's just information that's there, that it's there. Like you hear, oh, the United States has used up all their ammunition, there's no more ammunition. No. There's things that the United States has that we don't even know about. Now, there was Tucker Carlson was on Joe Rogan, and he made a comment that, throughout history, we always believed in, there was always a higher presence other than ourselves. And it changed when the United States dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. And that just sort of changed the directory of man and how men think and what men thought they were, and bringing into a power to the states where they felt, I guess, infallible, having the be all end all of power, the power to destroy, the power to create. And interesting, that's where, when you look at the internet and everything, it all started within the United States and of course, Russia, through spying on the United States, found out the information as well and started their own internet as well. But the basis of it, started in the United States. I find with this energy, what it's getting us to do, and it's in Gemini. Now, Gemini's air. Air is, and it's mutable, Mercury is going forward. Venus has gone into Gemini. Venus, Venus wants to be in Taurus and Mars wants to be in Gemini. So it's a very harmonious reception because they share a mutual reception with one another. And Jupiter going in there on Saturday is one that, he's not happy. He doesn't really like Jupiter, or Jupiter doesn't really like Gemini. And the reason being, and I'll get to everything else I was speaking about, just hang on. There's a story here, people. There's always a story. That Jupiter wants everything. He wants to know everything. He's Sagittarius, right? He rules Sagittarius. He's the co-ruler of Pisces. There's no boundaries. Sagittarius, I'm shooting the arrow into the sky. I'm half man, I'm half, I'm a Sagittarian, I'm half horse. I'm a part of two worlds, right? I want that expansiveness. I want to travel. I want to see. I want to consume. I want to do. And here I'm in Gemini, where Gemini is like, well, can't go anywhere till you know. Can't do anything till you know. That's why, very much you ever meet a Gemini, they ask a hell of a lot of questions. And they're inquisitive. They want to know. They want to know, how do you know that? Where did you get the information from? Blah, 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 blah. And sometimes they don't shut the fuck up. They got to tell you the story, they got to tell you the information. And here we have this, Jupiter's like, okay, thanks for the story. That's the bottom line. Boom, I want to go somewhere else. I want to do, darn him. So we can lose ourselves with Jupiter and Gemini very easily. It can bring a form of insanity, if you call it, because we are not allowing ourselves to be present and to consume what we need to consume. On average, Sagittarius rule airplanes and travel. Hence, when I said when Jupiter went in there, that there'll be the end of air travel and, and flights and stuff, and there'll be issues with flights with that. And then anyways, so there's a lot of that energy of transformation and change that's coming in, of having you be rooted in the place where you're at and get to know it. Get to know the good, the bad, and the ugly. Get to embrace what you truly love. Now, with this full moon in Sagittarius, it's highlighting a lot of this. It's bringing in the highlights, and it's sort of shining this luminous shine down into Gemini and saying, look at here. There's a mysticism, there's a magic that's happening. And within this mysticism and magic, there is something that is going to bring in this creativeness as Jupiter comes in, and he's in alignment with the Pleiadians, with the seven sisters. So there's a connection of who we are. What is that connection of who we are as humans, as a community, as humanitarians, as it trines over to Pluto in Aquarius, which has to do with community, humanitarian, and what is that truth of it all. We'll see the extremists. We've already started to see the extremists when it comes to humanitarians, but bringing in that truth of an alignment for us, and especially when it is with a full moon. A full moon is illuminating. This is a very positive full moon. This is a moon that's bringing in the illumination, bringing in energies that get us to really take a look at what is our own truth and what is it that I need to focus on to tap into my truth and my knowingness of who I am as a human, and be able to disassociate. And that's going to be the biggest one that we're going to be finding, disassociate ourselves from that of AI, the non-human. How can we communicate in our truth of who we are as truly human and come into that humanness? Because there's going to be where we're already seeing it with people can put a picture up or something up, and if you don't really know, if you don't really look, it's like it's an AI. It's not real, right? It's I'm going to say a puppet. It's a puppet that looks very real. So and the thing is that it's coming to a point where the parts of AI and how it can imitate people, even in their hand gestures, because I'm always using my hands. So, and touching my hair and, putting my lipstick on, and how AI can imitate all of that in so many different ways, right? Which is kind of scary. So this energy of Jupiter is coming in and saying, we got to get into the depths and the truths of who you are as a human, as a person, as spirit, and connecting to that humanness and that spirit alignment and that truth. And as you connect to that humanness and spirit alignment, you connect to the truth of who you are. And it's not always easy. It's not always easy, buttercup. There's a lot of layers there that are coming in. And that's the thing. It's like everything that you see or hear, you got to remember there's layers to it. There's more information than meets the eye. It's just like all the information that came in. And I have to say this again for many people who the more information that's coming out, and people saying that they didn't know from the last 4.5 years, all of that is, I'm going to call bullshit, because they did know. But the information that's being revealed on things that are unveiling over the next, like, we're coming around the corner from the last 4.5 years. So that's coming into to really out of understanding what the whole thing was, and seeing the depths and the lies that are there, and stepping into our humanity of what that all means. And more of that with Jupiter coming into Gemini over the next year is going to bring in some truth bombs that people are not going to like. The other piece too, with Jupiter coming in to Gemini, and with Uranus being still in Taurus, is a huge transformation of the United States that's going to happen over the next year. And what that means to not only them, but to all of us, because our world is so tied to them, and so many people are trying to untie the ties of those ties to them, is sometimes can be an ugly mess. So, in witnessing that and still maintaining our humanness and our humanitarianness in a very loving way, not in a negative way that we've been seeing, or extremist ways that we've been seeing. So this is bringing in, and especially with the alignment with the Pleiadians, where, for many believe that is truly where we're from, is from that sector of the stars, right? There's many tribes that have talked about it, and they didn't even have a telescope. They already knew the cycles of it. They understood the cycles of it. There's an African tribe, there's a South American tribe, there's a North American tribe that talks about it as well. So knowing that there's something there, and with Jupiter highlighting that, coming in, and we'll be feeling that more as he comes in on the 25th, which is Saturday, of that energy for change that's coming forward for us, and stepping forward into our truth and our humanitarianness. And it's trining over to Pluto, which is very powerful. That's the Phoenix. That's the illumination. So there's an illumination that's happening, and a transformation that's coming, which is, I find, exciting, But of course, I find those things always exciting, because I'm a Scorpio. Over this all. So That's just hang on and embrace this. So if you are doing any beautiful ceremonies tomorrow evening, I sent out on my blog a ceremony that you could do. Definitely embrace it and do something of a ceremony. I know I haven't done any full moon or new moon rituals. Probably won't do anything till next month. And yeah, have a blessed one, everybody. Let's pull some cards for today. Journey Club is tonight. Tonight's the last night for Journey Club. We have the Reiki level 1 is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So we have Reiki level 1. The following weekend, I'm going to be in Manville. Then I have another market after that. And then I have another market. So June, I don't know if I'm going to be doing any teaching. So when it comes to level 2, may not be, which is fine because I'm going back to the old ways of you have to integrate it for at least 21 to 40 days before you get your level 2. So, and in between that, I might teach level 1 again. So, I just saged these. These are so nice. They're nicely saged. So, what do we have here? Ooh, the Lover card. Got the Lover card. So, connection, understanding that love. Lots of major arcana cards are coming out. And then we have the Temperance reversed. So in comes, we can get lost in the delusions of love and find the imbalance of what it truly means, right? Because in comes the Temperance. The Temperance is that of balance. Now, the Lover card is ruled by Venus. So we bring in the energies of Venus with this card, and Gemini. So the Lover card is ruled by Gemini, Mercury, and Venus. And we have green kyanite, Lemurian, and rose quartz. So bringing those in allows you to look at what is my perception of true love? How am I honoring my own life path? Now, in saying that sounds, that I can see that, especially with the alignment with Gemini. How am I aligned with my own life path and bringing in that balance? Because if I'm not in balance with my life path, if I'm trying to avoid it, or if I'm trying to rock all over it, even though it's still there, but I'm going, oh no, I need to do this or I need to do that. Yet I get a yearning for something of doing that. And your life path can be paid or unpaid. So it could be you're supposed to be volunteering at a soup kitchen and you walk by the soup kitchen every day. Oh, I should volunteer there. And you don't do it. And then you keep on finding that you're feeding your neighbor or you're doing things for other people. So it shows up in ways that are unexpected. So, and it's there. And the Temperance is Sagittarius. Oh, gotta love the universe. The Gemini and the Sag is coming in. So this is about what is the greatest block. You may feel as though things are not moving forward. So here you are, you're on your path, you're doing your thing. Here's Sag, I gotta go, I gotta do this, gotta do that. I gotta be somewhere. It's the FOMO, fear of missing out. But yet you have to sit back, you have to learn, you have to take that time, take some time to look ahead and envision that future, feel that future, and allow for the energies to come to you. My manifestor generators and generators are saying, fuck off, I don't want to wait, I want to go. But it's saying you got to wait. This is bringing in Amazonite, blue kyanite, and blue lace agate. Ooh, blue lace agate. It's beautiful. So bringing that energy in and allow for you. And that works with the throat because the throat chakra opens up with Gemini. The throat, the opening, the speaking, and allowing you to speak. So what is missing? It's important to find a sense of balance at this time and embrace that balance at this time. So there you go. My husband brought my lunch. That means I gotta go. Gotta love it. Oh, gotta love it. I forgot that Sag was the temperance, the balanced one, the one that brings in the that that yeah, that balance. Sagittarius like to have things balanced, right? They're the jury. They're the jury. You know, they want to hold you accountable. Accountability comes with Sagittarius. Gemini's like, fuck you. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna do it this way, and I'm gonna sit here till I learn it to do it. So there you go. Have a blessed one, everybody. May the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you and all you say and all you be and all you do. Have a great day and enjoy. Enjoy. Bye bye.